So I understand the criticism, even though I don't think it hurts the game to not have it. It's just I see it more as like it is missed potential. And perhaps if they had like a master mode or some kind of hard mode for the game, then it would be more okay. Because then it's like, okay, this is like the easy mode, and here's your hard mode. Cool. Because like Skyward Sword, for example, does have like a hard mode. Though I think even its like normal mode is
Pretty.
not. It's not like super challenging, really, but it's like things do hit hard because like a lot of things in this game hit for like a quarter of a heart or half a heart. And maybe they could be doing more. Like, I think you could probably double the damage of almost everything in the game, and it'd be a pretty good balance right there. And I think there's a lot of things you
Suddenly,
could.
we heard some things saying we're not Breath of the Wild. Okay then, we're making Breath of the Wild 2. What a difficult combat difficulty to make Dark Souls look reasonable.
Yeah, no, I don't think they should do that because I think they're also aware that like as that like it's still a game that's like supposed to be palatable to like kids, and kids can only get so good at games.
And then just in an interview, was it Al-Numa? Fuck them kids.
I mean, maybe.
Here's the thing. All that, like saying, all that taunting and, what was it, make all those, brute force language, isn't that calm translator voice as he speaks Japanese.
He's just like screaming Japanese, but the translator just speaks very calmly.
Fuck them kids.
See, I don't think these dispel the darkness, no, so I have to do that myself.
Attack the darkness.
Basically. Oh yeah, but they will, I think, dispel the darkness once it's out. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I was thinking about how I might make this game more challenging. But like I've like while I said like you could probably double the damage and health of all enemies, and it'd probably be pretty good right there. But like that's probably not a great solution, especially when it comes to bosses. Like doubling your damage might work out really well, but doubling your health might make some bosses take obnoxiously long. Like the Morpheal fight, for example, I think would be a bit long if it took twice as long.
I think one way to do it. I think I got this from playing of Killing Floor of all things, is where what's it? The game scales difficulty interestingly, where health only scales with player count, but difficulty scales general aggression, which is attack frequency, and also the available move set from the enemies, based on difficulty level.
Yeah.
So at lower difficulties, they attack less frequently and they have a limited move set. At max difficulty, they're really fucking aggressive and they have their full move set.
Yeah, I don't know how much you could do in like a ROM hack in terms of like giving like new abilities or move sets or anything like that.
Yeah, but I guess that's like a from the ground up difficulty thing.
Yeah,
Difficulty system. So
yeah,
like a ROM hack.
yeah, because this
you
is
need to
this.
keep it to numbers.
Yeah, this is just essentially a mod.
Although I bet you could probably maybe adjust attack frequency.
You might be able to attack, just attack speed. But yeah, I was thinking about different enemies in the game. And like one of my goals that I thought about if I were to ever do this, which I would need to learn how to even do that in the first place, which probably would be a nightmare for someone who doesn't know how to code. Like Josh just might be able to like work his way through that, but I might not be able to.
Yeah, JoJo's a training coding, but I think it's a different type of coding. He could probably learn it quicker than the rest of us.
He could probably learn it. Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of my point. It's like he might be able to like kind of figure that shit out because like he at least knows how coding works. I don't. Like I like tried to learn Python over the summer and like
Your brain said no.
my brain very quickly said no, and maybe that's for depression talking, but like regardless, like I could not get myself to figure that out. I had an easier time figuring out the Warcraft 3 editor than that, and even that I was like, oh god.
Yeah. Also, sorry. Hold up. I've been drinking a lot of water.
Okay, just I can think about what I'm gonna say as you do that. And then when you get back, I can talk about. I got the key, right? Yes, I do. Okay. And that would be embarrassing if I didn't have the key. That would also be embarrassing if I didn't land that jump there. I almost didn't. Alright, let's go after these guys.
Okay, much better.
Alright.
But yeah, no, coding is magic.
Yes, coding is magic. But you know, while I might not understand coding, I still have the capability to think about game design.
Yeah.
You know, because that is all conceptual stuff. And so bearing in mind that I'm not trying to change any core mechanics of the game, because I think the game's core mechanics are fine.
Just some numbers.
Yeah, what I'd be talking about here is number adjustment. So one goal that I thought about, one thing that I would want to do for the game is to make the Bulban enemies more formidable. Because those are like supposed to be like those are like the guys that like Ganondorf got to be like the main enemies. You know? Like King Bulban, you know, he might be able to beat you up, and he can take a beating himself. Though I think even he could be buffed. But it's like, but like the normal Bulban enemies are pretty easy to kill.
I
like,
mean, I saw you like 360 no scoping them, no problem.
Well, yeah. But in addition to that, do you know how many Master Sword hits it takes to kill them?
One.
Not one. It's not that bad, but it's two. And I'm not talking like you do your jump strike or your spin attack.
Just normal strikes.
Yeah, just like 1, 2. That's enough to kill them. You don't even need the full combo of like 1, 2, 3, 4, or like that right there. Because in this game, I think those 1 and 2 hits do the same, but then the third one does a little bit more. And then the fourth one does like a lot more. I think the fourth one does it as much as the jump attack, which is a pretty strong hit. But like that damage scaling almost never matters in this game because most things just die before that. And so I was thinking, like, okay, you know, I don't think we need to nerf the Master Sword or anything like that. I think it's more of that you buff the enemies. And so with the Bulbans required the full 4 hits, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what kills them. So that way, like, you know, they're not like, I'm not making them really all that hard because these are still common enemies, but it does mean that there's just that much more effort that has to go into killing them, which means that if you want to kill them fast, you might actually want to get your hidden skills. So like a Helm Splitter might still kill them, a Mortal Draw will definitely still kill them. If you can actually pull off the Jump Strike, which is actually really difficult to pull off without damage buffs. Though now noting that this gives you stagger immunity, maybe it's actually really good in combo with that. But yeah, those guys were just chilling.
Just vibing.
Just vibing, and I show up and I slaughter them. I'm a hero. I mean, I am. Actually, I actually do think they do a very good job of making Twilight Princess Link very heroic, like genuinely heroic. And I think the moment that really sells it for me in this game is when you go save Colin. I'm not even like that. moment in this game is such a big deal to me that I'm not sure I would love this game as much as I do if it weren't for that section specifically. It's such a big deal to me. And man, I freaking love Colin so much. He just goes through his own little character arc there, and then you know he like saves Beth, and then you go save him, and it's wonderful.
You.
And you get that like epic like heroic pose after you defeat King Bulbin on the bridge. God, it's so cool. This game is so good at making you feel heroic. Meanwhile, in Breath of the Wild, I'm an absolute shitter. Like, I'll just stand over a Bokoblin camp, just dropping bombs over and over and over and over and over, and laughing as they get confused about what's going on. Which, like, I guess you can still play a bit like a shitter in this game, but, like, I don't know, it's because that game, Breath of the Wild's a lot more about... The characterization is a lot more about how you play than it is about, like, what is shown. It's
a bullshit around. It's a bullshit around.
Yeah, yeah, which is not a bad thing. In fact, a lot of people would say that's the thing that makes it super amazing. Which, like, they're kind of right. But it's just a simple difference.
Yeah.
I think this just takes me right back here, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, so I just killed these guys. That does 3/4 hearts damage? Huh, that's a weird value. Hold on, I'm actually just gonna take that. Yeah, it does 3/4 hearts damage. That's such a weird value. Huh. Oh, I can one-shot these now? Oh my god, okay. I guess speaking of things that might die a little bit too easy... To be fair, this is like post-blessing the blade, so, you know, maybe that's fine, but like... That might be another thing I just like, okay, maybe they should at least take 2.
You got a small...
Oh, hey, it's Kelly. Hey, hello. Glad you're here again. Oh, I go through... Yeah, the door's right there.
Is he right?
But yeah, I wanted to make the Bulbins a little... I think it'd be interesting if the Bulbins took, like, twice, like, the 4 hits, and if they, like, dealt twice as much damage. I also thought about what if, like... No, I'm not sure how easy this would be to, like, mod in, but, like, if you could make... If I could make, like, additional variants of Bulbin, like, what if there was, like, a variant that used bomb arrows and it just, like, absolutely chunked your health if you got hit? And then... Come on, where are they? There they are. And then, like, maybe there could be, like, another variant where, like, you like, replace their, like, club with a sword and they deal, like, you know, 3 hearts damage, or maybe not quite 3, but, like, maybe 2 hearts damage. Depended on how hard you wanted the game to become. And then, like, maybe King Bulbin, like, I buff him to, like, deal 5 hearts damage instead of 3, just to make it really, like, punishing. And, like, you know, the time you fight him outside the Arbiter's grounds, it would make it so that, like, you take 1 hit and you're basically, like, on death's door.
You know, for some reason now I'm thinking about Devil May Cry, the Dante Must Die mode. Or not Dante Must Die, Heaven and Hell mode.
Okay.
Which is everything, including you, dies in 1 hit.
Hold on. There we go. That was a dumb little thing that happened there with the orbs.